Hey guys, Nobody's Hero, and this is my first unit review, and what we're going to do is we're actually only going to go over one build with this unit because I feel like this is the best build and gets the most wins. So that's what we're going to do. Later on, if I start making more of these, I might do a couple more builds, but for now I like to keep it with the one build. And the first thing I'm going to do is one of my favorite heroes, with one of her coolest, well, second coolest seasonal costume besides Bunny Camilla, which would be New Year's Camilla. And we're going to go over her Gale Force build. So let's get going. Camilla's base stats, as you could tell, HP 40, attack 33, speed 35, defense 31, res 23, and a BST of 162. Her BS is the second highest out of all flyers besides Mer. And she has incredible stats for bulk, especially when you get the flyer. You get the flyer buffs, which we'll go over later. But very good stats. The only stats that are lacking are the attack. It's pretty low for her, but we'll make it up with her A passive, A skill, and then her res is low. But we're hoping to not take any magical damage. So we'll move forward. Her starting kit, just so everyone sees what it is. I'm not even going to try to pronounce her weapon. Kalumastu, maybe. Decent weapon, can be refined, so that helps, but we're not going to be using that. Draconic Aura is a pretty good special, but we're not going to use that. Speed Defense Bond 3 is very good for some builds, but not the build we're going to be using. Ward Flyers, I'm more of a hone and fortify flyers kind of guy, so we don't use ward flyers, but it is a very good C skill. So we're not going to use any of these, but in other builds for New Year's Camilla, you're more welcome to use them, and they are very good. So in summary, as I said before, New Year's Camilla has the second best BST of all flyers in the game, which is great for arena. Her high HP, speed, and defense makes her very bulky, and with buffs makes her even more bulky. Usually, she can take hits like a champ. When I've been using her, movement's great because she's a flyer. So with reposition, can go anywhere in the field. And then she's a very versatile hero, but in today's video, we're just going to be focusing on her one build that I think is her best build. And that is her Gale Force Slaying Edge build. And the idea behind this build is that you get Slaying Edge to reduce her Gale Force cooldown from 5 to 4. And then you have Heavy Blade, so that when you attack, if you have one or more attack than your opponent, your cooldown, your charge is doubled, so you get 2 off your special charge. So with this build, if you meet all the criteria, which isn't too hard to do, you're able to attack again in the same turn. So what I like to do is I like to use Slaying Edge with the speed refinement, so you get a boost in speed, so you can double, because it's very important to double. With the support skill, I use reposition. Very good skill for a flyer. Easier to move them around. Just makes life a lot easier and get them out of trouble when need be. Then our specials are most important and most expensive thing to learn, and that's Gale Force, which is letting her able to attack twice in a turn, which is crazy. And you can attack possibly 3 times if you meet the right conditions, and if Flying Azure is in your team and she can get to you, which is even crazier. Then I put Death Blow. I've seen other people put different things on, but Death Blow is, I feel, the best one. Helps her mediocre attack stat, boosted to +6 when initiating opponents. Very good to have. I was thinking about Swift's, I think it's Swift Sparrow, which is the +4 speed, +4 attack, but the extra 2 actually helps you in a couple matchups, so I keep it Death Blow. Then we have Swordbreaker, which before I had Desperation or Vantage, and I went with Desperation, but I found Swordbreaker gives you a bunch more wins against 700 BST units, or units that get you to 700 BST, like arena units. So I went with Swordbreaker 3. It helps to double and not get doubled, so good to have. My C is Fortified Flyers. The only reason I have Fortified Flyers because it's easier to get than Home Flyers, and my team has Home Flyers on Spring Camilla and New Year's Azura, so I keep the Fortified Flyers to my New Year's Camilla. But you can interchange them, and if you like wards, go ahead, but I prefer the Fortify and Hone. And then Heavy Blade 3, which makes the build with Gale Force, which gives you the extra charge, when your attack stat's higher is 1 or greater than your opponent. And that's how you're able to double with New Year's Camilla. So that's my build. That's actually the Camilla I use in Arena and my team. I was able to get 5 of them, but I wasn't able to get an attack plus Res Bane. Attack Boon, Res Bane. The best one I could get was Neutral, because I would get like Speed Boon and then like Attack Bane or something ridiculous like that. So I kept with the Neutral. Let's see. With her build, it's very, very expensive. I'll say that. And as you can tell, it costs 4,275 SP to learn all the abilities, because you don't use any of her beginning abilities. So, pretty crazy. And you have to use the refinement stones too. I think it's 200 from what I remember. But as you can see, you have to use Joshua for Slaying Edge. You have to use a 5-star Cordelia, which is Gale Force. 4-star for Death Blow 3. Sorry, Klein. A 4-star Klein for Death Blow 3. A 4-star Abel for Swordbreaker 3. And a 4-star Sita for Fortified Flyers. It could be whatever, but that's the easier one to get. Not too bad. Cordelia, Gale Force, it's a little expensive, but not the worst. Okay, so New Year's Camilla with my build, with Attack Boon, Res Bane, you end up with a 45 HP, a 50 attack, a 38 speed, a defense of 31, and a res of 20. So you're not taking magic hits, but you can take a punch or two, and her attack's pretty good. And then when you get to the flyer buffs, her attack gets pretty insane. So HP of 45, attack of 56, speed of 44, defense of 37, and res of 26. So you're taking hits and you're giving hits out. So 56 should be able to get you most people. Should be able to. You should double everyone except for one, which is me, I think, for the 44, and then her attack, you should be able to out-attack most people. So again, like I said, the idea is for Camilla, for this build, you want her in a flyer team with your home and Fortified Flyers. And then, so what happens is, with her attack, when you go into attack phase, with the buff with Death Blow and plus Slaying Edge, you end up with an attack of 62, which out-attacks everybody. I don't think you can not out-attack anybody, except maybe Robin. The Fallen Robin. I think him, maybe someone else. I can't remember. But 62, you're getting there. You're getting your Heavy Blade procced. Then with her speed, you outspeed everyone except for me, like I said. But if you go with a Speed Boon instead, you outspeed everybody in the game and double everybody in the game. But I would rather go with Attack Boon than Speed Boon. So that's why we keep with Attack. You want Attack, boom, res, bane. So, win percentage. So, with Camilla against the rest of the field, with this build, she's 202 wins to 9 losses to 3 no wins or losses. So it's a 94% win rate, which is amazing. And then her record against 700 to 710 tier units, so PT units you'll see with builds in arena, she's 127 wins to 39 losses, which is 76% win rate, which is awesome too. And in that, you're 100% guaranteed to beat colorless and green, and then you're 87% against red and 40% against blue. And I think when I did this with Swordbreaker, if I didn't have Swordbreaker 3, my win percentage against reds was like 60. So that's why I went with Swordbreaker, to get those wins. There's some pretty important wins in there. I'll go over which website I use for this. It's at the very end, so I'll tell you where you can look it up and do everything. But yeah, so Swordbreaker is important, and you get a bunch of wins with her. So to kind of wrap it up, I would have to say that overall Camilla would be like a 4 out of 5 or an 8.5 out of 10 on non-flyer teams, but I think she's a 5 out of 5 with flyer teams. And this is with this build, she's 5 out of 5 with flyer teams, because being able to attack twice in a turn is awesome. You can attack and then walk away. You can attack and go attack another person. Then you take a couple hits and help with your proccing your Gale Force again on the following turn. It's great. Like, I used to just use Blade Tome Flyer team, and then I started using this build, and I've actually taken out my Halloween Nowie for Camilla, New Year's Camilla. So I recommend her. If you're able to build this thing, it's expensive, but it's definitely well worth it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you could leave me feedback, tell me how I can make the video better. If you want me to add anything, or if you really enjoy it, just let me know. Also, to stats and info, I was able to get her stats for wins and losses on the Math Simulator. You can see the website below. Please go there, it's great. Game Press, I got some of her info, like you can find in the game, but it's easier to find on Game Press, and they have so many guides, it's excellent. And then the Google Doc sheet I used for her BST to see if I can get to 700, which I was able to with her if you use the rally skills and you use renewal instead of Swordbreaker. But that's also a great source for figuring out your arena team. So these were all great sources I used to help make this video. So I'll put them down. I'll put the links down in the description. And I hope you enjoyed. Please, if you have her, use her. Great unit. I hope she comes back in so I can maybe get her up to a couple more. But I don't know. My luck can be a little weird sometimes. So we'll see. So I hope you enjoyed. My name is Nobody's Hero. And please leave a like and subscribe. And leave comments on the video so I know what to do better for next time. Okay, guys? Thanks. Have a good day.